Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back, and it's once again Monday evening for me. Ha ha ha! How you doing there, Bodine and Viking? Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I just need to sort something out. There's that. Cool. Right, let's see if we've got sounds and stuff so I can hear myself. Yeah, I think that's coming through. It's a bit low, but it's fine. It's doing fine. So let me jump into Discord. There we go. Oh, had another update over the weekend, and geez, did it mess up my bleaking sound settings. How you doing there, Viking?
Hey, Billy.
Oh, you're really loud now. Dang it! Hang on a sec. Let me turn it down. There we go.
Better now?
There we go. It's a little bit better. See, not too bad on the stream, but in my headset, you're friggin' loud as heck. What is going on? But
Yeah.
anyway, despite these little technical issues, I do have some work to get on and do. So, yep. So crap, I'm running behind as well. One of the cats decided to throw up right before going live. So yeah. So I'm kind of still setting up a few things. Worst thing is my tablet isn't working. It's not connecting to slobs at the minute for some weird reason. And yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. But anyway, how you doing there,
No.
Mr. Jers and Oppies, T Miller? There we go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, so at the minute I think I should really shut off the concrete. I've got enough in... Oh, come on. My PFs at the minute, mainly after the barriers and blocks and stuff, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so how has everyone's weekend been so far? Hey, Green
Warm.
Thumb. Warm, yeah, not off. Actually, it's not been too bad really in the UK. It's a little bit chilly in places, but yeah, not been too bad. And Green Thumb Farm, I think I got you, didn't I? How you doing, bud? Doing great, thanks. You doing great? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, thanks. So I've been spent most of the weekend, well, mainly yesterday, sorting out a new deer pen. Hey, Gaming Mama, how you doing? Obviously, if you guys are not following Gaming Mama or the rest of the guys, make sure to give them a follow. Obviously, they are part of the Fab Fam, so yeah. Yeah, how you doing? And obviously, Green Thumb Farmer does stream as well, so make sure to check him out. And let's see if I can get this last one. So yeah, today is going to be mainly moving pallets around, just getting some logs cut. So yeah, a bit of a boring old one really, but here's what it needs to be. Alright, so let's get these guys cleared out. Yeah, I was going to plan on putting down some conveyor belts, but then, to be honest, I couldn't really be bothered. Here we go. Obviously, I like my frame rates quite high, but one...
Billy is a nuisance. He will be gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
I don't know. Hobbies, you're terrible. Alright, yes, so... Billy is not a nuisance, he's a pain in the butt. Onikin. No, so yeah, as I was saying there, I've just gone through and created a deer paddock kind of thing for you guys. Obviously that'll be coming out in the next update. I've got one or two little tweaks to make on it, but it's getting there, and I think it's kind of cool. I might as well show this off now. So it's going to be under animals and others, and here is right here, deer, nice little deer pen. Let's see if I can get a better angle. So it's kind of the idea I was after. So I wanted a pen where you could actually go into it, where it's fenced off nicely with some trees and stuff like that for the deers. Obviously, I messaged Darius and asked if I could use his fences from his deco pack, and he said, yep, fine. And it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. Obviously, one thing I did add in as well, and it's not so easy to get to, but you can just about see the little signs. No shooting and hunting, strictly prohibited in this pen, so just bear that in mind, guys. But yeah, the gates work as well, the trigger's right in front. It's, yep, perfect for what I wanted. Obviously, I was kind of hoping to have some like stage 2 spruces or something like that, but obviously after kind of speaking a little bit with Dave, it needs a little bit of extra work to get them visualized in the game as a placeable. So he suggested why not try apples. So that's what I've done. I've used some apple trees. So it's kind of like an orchard almost. So yeah, that will be coming out with the next update at end of the week. Maybe if Dave puts it out a little bit sooner. So yeah.
Well, only need one thing for all the animal pens.
What's that?
Being able to give them water.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of the ones that I've been trying to do, I was hoping to try and actually add water, but for some reason, every time I do it, it throws up some weird errors and stuff, so I've just been leaving them alone for now.
Okay.
Yeah, not sure
Yeah, I
why.
was just curious.
But yeah, I do like that option of having animal pen where you have to add water to them, so yeah. I can see where you're coming from, but yeah, safe travels tomorrow. Oh yeah, Mr. T. Miller is heading home soon, isn't he? So yeah. I totally forgot. That's terrible. But yeah, there we go. I feel bad now. Dang. He keeps messaging me on Discord, so I keep forgetting that he's actually going home back to Texas. So yeah. There we go. Mr. Culp, how are you doing there, sir? But yeah, obviously, if you guys are not following like T Miller, Fab Fam, and all that, make sure to do give them a follow because they are great content creators in their own right. And the same with Mr. Culp there.
Is Cope streaming on Twitch again?
I believe so. I don't think you've given up streaming, have you, Mr. Culp? I'm sure I seen your name pop up earlier today, doing some. I think it was Diablo actually, but yeah, thought so. Yeah, but yeah, make sure to check everybody out who gets a shout out, guys, because they are great people. Right, I can't be bothered to go get my wheel loader, so I'm just going to super strike this one. Right, actually, I do need to see what I need at the concrete plant there, so let's jump over there a sec. Where's my car? Where's my car there? So currently I'm still waiting on lots of blocks. I'm on in like halfway there. It's like, oh my goodness, they take forever. Glass is now filled up. Pavers is done. I'm halfway through on the shingles. Fabric is slow going, but it's getting there slowly. Metal's filled up. I'm still working on the floor tiles. Concrete's filled up. Obviously, I do have a little bit extra in there because obviously one thing to bear in mind, guys, because it being a concrete factory, obviously as it puts out concrete and your pavers and stuff like that, it may add in extras. So just bear that in mind. But obviously, once it's built, you will have some left over that you can actually take back out later on. So technically, I've got 13 additional pallets in there of concrete. So yeah, fun and games. And I'm still working on the staircase railing. So the one I really need to focus on is the blocks. Cool. So if I actually shut off all the rest, I think that is going to be the best thing, and I can focus on just the blocks. If I remember rightly, there we go. Oh no, I don't want that. I want to do that. Right, so barriers can be... Oh, actually, deactivate you, deactivate you, deactivate you. Obviously, I only want the blocks at the minute to spawn, so that should be fine. While I'm here, let's grab you. And I think I've got some blocks already in storage as well. 9 pallets, so it's a little bit extra, so... Yeah, funny freaking games. It's taking forever for this. Right then. But yeah, obviously, if you're not following Big Daddy, Wheels, Impact, Casket, Mr. Chibabo, Boomhauer, X-Man, Darius, Dajnek, make sure to get all the guys there. Right. Obviously, I wouldn't follow that Billy Alpaca. He's a bit of a numpty, but yeah. Right, now working on your starting screen. Okay, can't find any animated overlays. So, Mr. Cope, what I actually did is, obviously I'm using Slobs, so Streamlabs OBS. Where did you get your overlays? So I made a lot of my own, but I also pulled some from other, what you call them, overlays and stuff. So, actually, here you go. Actually, I'll have to do it over here because my tablet isn't working. So let me come to desktop a sec. So I have this one right here. Can't remember where the heck it is. The store is it? Yeah. So here, if you come to the little store, the App Store, there's a lot of different things in here that you can download. There is one in particular for your overlays and stuff, but I can never remember which one it is. That's the highlighters. One sec, let me just move this. Oh, that's the right one. So there you go. So if you come to themes, that's the one you want. You can actually go through all of these. So for instance, that looks kind of. If you've got an idea what you want, that's a good start. So for instance, what you could do is click on here, show all the different themes and such. That's quite a nice one actually. But it all comes in with your overlays, as you can see, already set up if you wanted to. Some of these are free, some you do have to obviously sign up for the Prime version to get them. But looking at that, it should be a nice free one. So if I actually install this a sec, hopefully it's not going to break me or anything. Okay, so that's a monthly one. Okay, so yeah. So if we go back to here, what you could do, if you're looking for something just cheap to get you started, just come into here, do a search for free, for example. They do have some that are already set up, and actually that's kind of where I got most of mine from. Obviously, I did sign up for the Ultra plan at one point and got quite a few different overlays where I've combined some, but yeah, you could actually just go through, even if you wanted just a specific color, so for instance, red. Just click on the old red there, and that'll bring up any theme that has a red in it. Obviously, some of these are not going to come up because obviously I'm streaming, but yeah, give that a try. There we go. So we'll go for this one right here. So we'll look at the details. Oh, there it goes. Nice Valhalla one there, if you wanted to. That's not bad actually, is it? So obviously you've got your different starting screen, be right back and stuff. And what I also do is I'll add in the additional, like for when you're streaming as well. But which is kind of cool. But yeah, give that a try, Mr. Cope, and hopefully you have some luck. But yeah, I just mainly took a few bits from different overlays and then combined them into one. There we go. And I got my screen back. There we go. Another way you could do them as well is Google it. I know there's some on. If you Google it, you can actually find overlays and stuff. And I just noticed that I have no overlay. Oh, I'm on desktop tonight. So let's go back to Farm Sim. There we go. There we go. That's better. Obviously, one thing I did do, if you look around the outside of my screen, it's not very. It doesn't really show up very well. But obviously, I've googled an animated image and I've just put it at the back. Kind of just gives it an extra little depth to the thing. You can go to Fiverr as well and pay an artist to make you a custom one. Yeah, exactly. There is Fiverr. There's oh heck.
Also, them Impact is having a ad for on his start
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. There's quite a few different
I
ways of getting your
don't
overlays and
remember the
such. But
name of
yeah,
them. But
but yeah,
in basic, you can also make your own. It's actually not that hard.
yeah, exactly. I think I've tried doing it once and I couldn't quite get it all figured out. But yeah, give that a try. But yeah, if you just sort of find a couple that you like, overlays and stuff. You could even just marry them all in, or just take little bits out of each, keep it simple. Obviously for me at the minute, obviously the starting screen itself is a combination of different images that I've taken throughout my save game, and just put it into a folder and added it into as a I can't remember where it was now. Source. I think it was like a slideshow. I think if I remember rightly. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, obviously you've got the farm sim actual screen set up. Obviously got the new followers, donations, myself there. But obviously I have added in the Giants partner and the SGA logo at the bottom. I kept it really simple, but obviously if you look closely, like I mentioned, I've got that animated image at the back there, which has a black image above that, and then the actual gameplay. So it kind of gives you a frame almost, is the best way to put it. But yeah, there we go. So there's that. Obviously, intermission screen. It's just another simple one of that previous one, but I've just obviously added in the be right back and stuff, move things around, keep it nice and simple. And then obviously you got your ending screen as well, which is same thing again, but obviously at the end of the stream, obviously you can run your credits through your OBS, whatever it is. I can never remember.
I would like
Your
if
Streamlabs.
Stream Elements.
Yeah.
If Stream Elements had that feature.
Red words are hard to read on this screen. Yeah, it's obviously, unfortunately, because I like green and black. Not green and black, red and black. I've always liked that combination when it comes to words and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I went for the red and black option. But yeah, obviously, if you are like colorblind with some people, obviously it is going to make it a little bit harder. But obviously, I've noticed in some streams they have their overlays that are, in my opinion, are far too huge, and you're only seeing like half of the stream or the gameplay, I should say. So I kind of wanted just to keep it nice and simple, so you guys can actually see what's going on in the game. So yeah, that's kind of why I've kept it as it is. What's that one over there? I've got that one. What the heck's that one? Oh, it's the attachment writing. Okay, so I'm just putting on the blocks for that for the minute. That's sorted. I need to check on fabric. I don't think I've got anything at the minute. Staircase drilling. I might as well just jump straight into doing some forestry now. I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, before the next stream, what I'm going to try and do is progress onto at least spring so I can get into doing some planting. One thing I do need to check while I remember, where is it? Got a feeling it is ready. It is ready, guys. It is. My maples should be ready, so might as well do that first. One thing to bear in mind as well, guys, I did a quick video over the weekend as well. Obviously, I've had a fair few people asking, oh, how do you do this with the hops and how do you do that? Especially the harvesting side of things. So what I actually did is I went on onto my save game test map and actually created a nice little video. It's only about 5 minutes long to show you how you basically harvest the hops on here. Hey KW, and obviously thank you Viking, there is the link for that. Obviously I have also posted it to my Trello along with the mod follow the switcher tutorial. So yeah, make sure to check both of them out if you haven't. So but yeah, I need to find a place to put my deer pen. I'm thinking maybe doing a cutout in the forest actually and placing it down because I think it would marry in quite well. Ha! You never know. Right then, so this is one area I'm still working on. Obviously, on Saturday, Dave did put out the duck pond mods. Obviously, it's a 4-in-1 if you haven't seen it yet. This is one of them. I kept it kind of simple, really. Let me jump out. Stop, tractor, stop. So there's 4 different versions. So if I come in here just to show you guys off, because I don't think Dave actually went through and showed them off. So under animals, under others, obviously you've got these 4 right here. So technically it's two ponds, but yeah, slightly different. So the first one is basically the same as what's over there with the trees and all that, but it's just the pond. There's no fence or anything. Obviously that is actually going to output duck eggs. Okay, guys. So it's no fence, but with duck eggs. But then there's a version with the fence. So if you want it fenced off, like I did, it gives you an idea of the size. It's a 50 by 50, basically square. Kept it nice and simple. You got your water plane there when you place it down, a food drop off your animal, and then you just spawn trigger. So that's the 2 egg ones. But then there's the same variation, but they're going to output duck down. So rather than having the duck pluck, this thing here, you can actually just put down one of these ponds as well if you wanted to. My kind of thinking on doing this way is you could technically have 2 of these side by side, or head to toe, whatever, and have both duck eggs and the down come out of them if you wanted to. So that was the idea. I am going to try and look at maybe doing some bigger ones, because obviously I know Dave did mention that he wanted a big pen, so I may do one a slightly bigger version. Obviously it's up to him, but what I will try and do as well, because obviously at the minute it's just a square bit for the pond, so I might actually look into try and do some like bit more rounded. Obviously I've just gone through and added in the trees there, but gives you an idea of the size of the actual pond itself. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that and get some use out of it. But like I said, obviously this as well will be coming out this weekend. Whether I do a bigger version, I have no idea, but yeah, we will see. Obviously that's going to be for your deers. Look at it, I've even got some deers in my duck pond. Get out, get out, get out. And look, I got some little baby ducks. Hello. But yeah, you can walk in here if you wanted to. I may even look at trying to do one with maybe a little gate that works so you can walk in if you wanted to. But yeah, they're getting there, that's for sure. Right, so yeah, as I was mentioning, I do need to get on and try and harvest these maple trees. And obviously, if you guys have not seen it, it's slightly different to like a lot of the orchards. Obviously, you still need a trailer of such. It's actually the tanker you need for doing the maple. So let's take this down. I've already got one set up, so I just need to attach it and then we can get going. So
You can also use the little machine from Ozzy Kanga.
Yep, has he actually fixed it yet? Because it wasn't unloading.
I believe so.
Okay, because
I
I know.
haven't tested it yet, so.
Yeah, I know the other day when I was harvesting my, I think it was my apples or oranges, somebody mentioned about it, so yeah. But obviously I haven't been onto his Trello to see if there's been any late, recent updates.
Let me check.
Hey Cowboy Mikes, how you doing there, buddy? So yeah, in the shop, for anyone interested, there is this Joskin trailer. It's under the tools, under the orchard equipment. It's this one right here, and as you can see, it actually holds the maple sap. It's only 7,300 litres. It's quite small to be honest, but yeah, it is. Who knows? I think I might have to go through and update that to maybe slightly bigger. Shh! Don't tell everyone; they will get jealous.
I did that a week ago.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to check that out and see because I haven't got the update. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad there, Cowboy Bikes. Not doing too bad. And how's it gone there, Tigger Happy Aussie? Right, so obviously this works the same as a harvester for your orchards, your vineyard stuff. So obviously you do need to turn it on. So press the old B key to turn it on, and then you can just hit the go forward, and as you can see, it literally takes straight away. Now obviously these are not full. I don't think I've actually ploughed any of these yet, so let's have a little look at this information. So yeah, it needs ploughing, so I'm going to take a slight hit on that, but looking at it, I am going to get a pretty good yield back on it. It's saying 125%, which isn't bad on the yield potential. Expected yield is 117, so it's not bad. Obviously, I got the pH perfect. I got the nitrogen perfect. Obviously, I did miss that ploughing on there, so oh well. Now the only thing is, I'm wondering is how do you actually unload this, and will it go into like a bigger tanker? That's the thing. Right, to make this life a little bit easier, I'm just going to put my old guidance steering on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to need to adjust that width just a fraction. Let me go to 1, up, 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 up. About 4 should be fine. Obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it is harvesting. That's the main thing. So you want to sort of aim just to the left of the square there. But as long as that tree is on the right hand side, that is the main thing, guys. There we go. So that is how simple it is. Obviously that can then go over to your sugar mill to, obviously it's going to be the tier 2 one, not the tier 1, to make like maple syrup, so it's kind of cool. Obviously I haven't got any use for maple syrup, so I'm just going to be selling this at the end, so that's fine, or when it's produced. Obviously, Mr. Viking Streaming does have his little spreadsheet set up, and it's constantly being updated. Obviously, when we're putting factories out and updating them, he's obviously gone through, make sure that they're all correct, which I hope he is. He should be. Good boy.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's kind of it does at times get a little bit hard to keep up with everything that's going on, but yeah. Obviously, at the minute, I have no plans on any more production, so that's kind of cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, yes, mainly, obviously, I've got the deer pen for the end of the week. I'm not sure if Dave wants any more pens set up, maybe, for goats. Not yet. Don't know, to be honest. We've got a fair few as it is. Yeah, to be honest, I think we're kind of hitting the edge now. It's going to be a lot of going through the productions, adding in the booster, or the mega booster, I should say, and going from there for the time being, if we can get Dave off of his, playing his little game of zombies and aliens and all that.
Yeah, that would be
Actually,
nice.
yes, there we go. Now I want to see if this can be unloaded into a tanker. And I'm not sure. Let's have a look. PV extras. No, that doesn't have it on there. What about you? Okay, let's. Now I've got one of them somewhere around, so let's go find that. Oh, oh, oh! One thing I did do, guys, as well. Obviously, this is the road I've been sort of munching my way through. I finally got to the water side. Yay! Obviously, unfortunately, it's not finished yet. Obviously, one of my plans with this road is to have it come down to the water side and then cut off to the right and then head up that way to where I'm going to have a bridge set up. So I'm getting there slowly, getting there. But one thing I do want to do is in, I think it's Darius's deco pack, there is like a barrier, and I'm thinking of putting it all the way down the side here so I don't end up in the water. So that's one of my things I need to get sorted out. Let's put this on run mode, because obviously I want that road to come all the way up here, so I've got a fair old way still to go. Yeah, so I want to sort of come out to maybe around about here. So that's a fair bit really still to go. Then what my plan was is somewhere here, depending on the length of that bridge, is to have a bridge going over towards the sawmill. And obviously at that point what I can then do is start up the sawmill, and that's what my aim is. Obviously I'm still using that little placeable Elm Creek one, so I'm going to keep that running as well. But I'm also going to have, obviously, the big main sawmill as well. So, yeah. Fun and games. But I think I've got all the collectibles out of this forest now, so that's kind of cool. And as you can see, it is a little bit frosty. Right, so truck. There's my truck right there. Right, I need to get a tanker, so let's detach you. Yeah, I ended up actually getting rid of the Winter Wolf mod for the time being, because after the stream on Friday, for anyone who's watching, I basically had a lot of issues with one of the containers. Is the one that came out on Friday from Hispano Modding. It was the one that opens on the sides. For some strange reason, whenever I was trying to pull off, I just couldn't do it. Like there was another brake on or something, and I don't know what it was. But after the stream, I ended up using a different truck, and I had no issues at all. Got it to go into the flatbed perfectly fine. Yeah, so I have no idea if there's maybe a slight conflict with the two. So for now, I'm just going to stick with the old Volvos from the Platinum DLC trucks. So yeah, it's a friggin' weird one, that's for sure. But yeah, Friday was a really strange day that did my head in when I was streaming. But yeah, definitely went through over the weekend, changed it so that it throws no warnings or no errors on the map as well. It was a really simple one, took me about 5 minutes. Hey 2x2, how you doing, bud? So yeah, has anyone tried the duck food? They're throwing error for fill type. Yeah, there's no actual duck food in the map. You can basically use chicken food now. It's been removed from Cargill and the small processor. One thing to bear in mind, and thank you for reminding me there, Cowboy. Obviously, you cannot buy it in here. I don't think they've added it to anywhere. With the duck food, it will throw one warning or error for the PNG. It's been reported today. If either he's going to sort it out, or I'll just throw up the one I've got. But that's literally a simple HUD image, I think it is. It's left over. Just basically, if you are getting those on the first load up in the map after the last update, just save, reload, and obviously you'll get rid of most of those warnings and errors. But obviously, bear in mind till the next update, you will have at least one for that HUD image. But yeah, basically the reason we changed it is obviously duck and chicken food is exactly the same thing. So we might go through and actually change it to bird feed. I don't know yet, and go from there. And I have lost my bleeding tanker, which is really annoying. Obviously, I could go through and buy another one, but I don't want to. Oh good, had to replace my hot water heater in the home. Oh blimey. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good there, Jay. Doing pretty good. Where the heck is all my tankers gone?
The small animal food production is not making duck food.
Yeah, because it's been removed, like I just said.
All right. Sorry, I was not listening totally. I was concentrating about testing.
Oh yeah, so yeah, duck food is now literally gone. It is obviously it is still in some of the map palettes and all that, but that's about it. But yeah, you cannot actually physically access them now. Where the friggin' heck are my two tankers? I've got one there, which is down the. Oh, I know where it is. But I still get white alfalfa bales only from your baler. I completely removed it and updated. Still white with both windrow and dry. That's an interesting one there, Farmer Trucker. I'm not sure, because I did obviously have somebody mention about that. Oh, when was it? I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and I updated the mod straight away. So yeah, not sure why it's not coming through properly for you. Have you tried doing it on a new save game out of interest? Okay, I can get rid of that water, so that's easy enough. Bum. You haven't yet? No. Okay, because I know when I tested it, it was working perfectly fine. And actually, I did take quite a few pictures to show that the balers were actually green. Which is, yeah, strange. Unless the... Have you had a look in your log files to make sure there's no warnings and errors, first of all, as well? So, yeah, is the spawn rate for the gems low? I have mine showing placed, I have the event center placed as well. So, yeah, it depends on the weather there, Jay. So, obviously, once you've got it down, you do have to wait a little while before things start spawning out. I'm trying to think, for me, it was at least a couple of months, and obviously you do have to wait for the rainfall, sunshine, and wind. I think it's a combination of them, if I remember rightly, to actually get them guys to spawn. I think it's mainly the rain, actually. Obviously, I cleaned mine out the other day up here, so let's have a look, see what I've got. I haven't had much rain. I've had some snow, which should count as well. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Yeah, mine has not started spawning out yet. Also, one other thing as well, while you're clearing this stone from the mine, keep your eyes out for little shiny things. Yeah, I haven't got anything spawned yet, so... But yeah, maybe allow it to run through a little bit longer there, Jay, and you should be fine. They should start spawning. But yeah, make sure it is this ledge right here that you own, and there's about 6 different spawns. If you wanted to as well, and this is what I've done, is I put down 6 of those mine sheds. Each one is going to add more to those spawners as well, which you could try and do to speed it up a little bit more. Why am I actually running? I could just do this. Event center, there we go. So yeah, I've got, I think it was, yeah, 1, 2, oh, it's 4 of the mining sheds and 2 event centers. So I'm not being greedy or nothing. You could try and do that to make it run up that little bit faster.
Why do I have 4 mining sheds?
Why? Because if you were listening very carefully, Mr. Dashnet said if you had multiples, they'd spawn faster.
Oh.
I know I had my truck a minute ago. Where the heck did I put it? I came down here. I got sidetracked there, guys. Sorry. There we go. He's down here. But yeah, give that a go. Really not sure how to use it. Yeah, you just literally plonk it down and let it do its dues. Why has that got flames on there? That's terrible. Yeah, it basically runs off of the weather, Jay, and that's obviously for anyone. The same with the event center. Both of them need a combination of like the wind, sun, and rain to create the rocks and the gems and the seasonal products. Now, one thing with the event center, it needs to pull it around about 2 to 3 months or seasons prior to when it's going to actually spawn the products out. So just bear that in mind. So in maybe like January, it'll be collecting products for autumn, I think it is, and then a month on. So yeah, it kind of works a little bit like that. So it's not going to be collect it 1 month and then it's going to then start spawning. No, it's going to be a couple of months before things start spawning. And obviously with the event centers, there's multiple spawners around the map. Obviously you will need to own a plot of land first of all. I want to see if this actually loads into there. I'm hoping so. Are you going to, please? And yeah. Yeah, I know of one place on here, on my... Oh, overload. There we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I know on my save game here of, I think there's 2 plots that I currently own have spawners. I've only had products out of 1 so far, but yeah, hopefully this year now it should be spawning more out, which is cool. And oh, there we go. I was thinking, why is that not collecting? Yeah, I just collected that last one, didn't I? Already. But that's nice to know. See, I'm learning something new about these orchard trees as well in the harvesters. I didn't realise you could actually overload them into a tanker, so that makes life so much easier. I don't have to worry about having another place bowl. Oh, that was something else. Oh, crap. With the hops as well, guys. I realised over the weekend there's no way of actually storing hops. So, obviously, because you cannot physically demolish them, only put them down when and where you want them to go. Obviously, once you get to Sam Adams, that's the only actual production that takes the hops. So once you have Sam Adams, then maybe look at having them placed down, which is kind of a pain in the bum.
Works perfectly.
Yes. But yeah, one thing I'm probably thinking of maybe this week actually is to see if I can figure out a storage for the hops actually, just in case for you guys. Because I know some people like to go overboard, and obviously storage is limited. You may want to just store it first and then send it over. I was kind of thinking maybe a palletized version. I don't know yet. We'll see. Billy, do you know how many maple trees you have down? Just trying to get an idea of how much I should have my silo hold. To be honest, I have no idea. I just literally lined an entire road down there, and I think it's gone up and around. Could always go through and count them, maybe, but there's unfortunately no way of actually counting them from what I've seen. Another thing is that X-Man, he's got about 9,000 apple trees. I think that's a bit of overkill. Darius has got a good couple of thousand going already, so yeah. So what we've got, 2, 4, 6. Be nice if it was a little bit faster. But yeah, that's something else that I think would be kind of nice if there was a way of seeing a stat on how many certain trees you have on the map. I know in the placeables XML it would show, but obviously you'd have to go through and count each of them. There we go. Oh, and I did purchase 52 and 40 as well, so it's actually dropped my score even further down. I'm really annoyed at that, to be honest. But it is what it is. I'm still getting a not bad hit. I missed the other day. I heard JD had made an edit to my orchard silo to hold more, but I missed what he changed to. Ah, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. But to be honest, he's gone through, he's changed the logistics center as well, the barrel logistics, which I'm kind of unhappy about. He's basically set part of it up as a auto distribute type thing. And that's one thing as well with the what was I going to say? Oh yeah, a lot of these storages that I've been setting up, they will not distribute. Just bear that in mind. I've had a few people message me saying, "Oh, could you take a look at this PV silo that I've got, or storage, should say, and could you remove the collision on it?" No. I set it up for a specific certain reason, guys. That's why you can't actually get into where the pallets are. Obviously, the product storage and the barrel logistics you can actually walk into, but obviously that general storage that I set up cannot. Obviously, I did add in that barrier that giants have on there, so you can't actually walk over the pallets So yeah, just bear that one in mind. And I'm not going to be doing any other edits to those. Obviously, apart from the barrel logistics, obviously that is obviously going any additional pallets that we do add in, it'll be added to it at some point.
Your silo was pretty easy
Ah,
to do the edit too.
I just had the thought.
Uh-oh.
Would it? Wouldn't it? Obviously, I've mentioned a few times about obviously with TLX to edit it, so it's field type categories product. Well, why the heck didn't I just do that with the barrel logistics? Then I wouldn't need to worry about updating it ever again. I may be doing a test later on to see if that works. Kill! I'm such a simpleton at times. The maple trees may be affecting your precision score. They can. Obviously, I've got placed down the maple trees, orange trees, and apple trees in this area. But like what I mentioned, I think it was Friday or Wednesday stream. The northeast farm is the farm that I want to set up to do just the orchards. So what I'm basically going to do is take the 3-4 fields that are up there and make them into a giant orchard for every type of tree up there. That is my aim. So that is going to be fun for definite. Right, let's rotate you. But yeah, I really want to get into spring so I can start getting some of these fields planted that's left over. Oh, obviously one of the things I am going to be planting this time around is going to be tobacco. Obviously I do have the tobacco factory placed down to show you guys it when it's actually done and filled up and producing.
Do you have the big textile factory down?
Not yet, because I don't need it for the tobacco. Well,
That's right.
yeah, because I'm
I'm
clever. Oh crap! I'm going right past you. See, I'm kind of clever at times. I'm looking at things that I don't necessarily need to get another factory to build it or need for it. So, yeah, the tobacco was quite easy. Obviously, one thing I do need. Obviously, that was the reason I put the orchards in the greenhouses down as well, the placeable ones, is so I could at least have some products built up where I wouldn't have to wait months and months and months to get product. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a start. But obviously, once I do get that area set up, hopefully I'll have enough to cover everything. So yeah. Yes, that is my aim. There we go. Keep on it. Little kitty cat. I'm being joined by a fluffy kitty cat. There we go. But yeah, I ended up going through my mod folder and removing a lot of mods the other day. And strange thing is, one of the ones I got rid of was Auto Drive. And guess what? I've now got the ability to load up without having to jump out of my tractor and stuff all the time now. So it's really great. And I had the same issue on oh crap, NBC's map, Underhill Valley. Whenever I had auto driving, and I should have thought about it sooner, to be honest, guys. Whenever I had auto drive installed, I could not physically fill up unless I had to jump out and go back into my tractor or truck or whatever to fill up. It was really annoying.
What?
Yeah, go figure that out. So auto drive for me was causing that issue.
I installed the latest version of Cosplay yesterday, and when I exited out of my game, I ended up underneath the map.
Oh, cripes, that's not good. There you go.
And it.
Thanks for the raid.
Holy crap! What? Raid! Oh, Mr. Frost, how are you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Was Mr. Frost raiding with a party of 53? Oh, there it goes. It's finally come up on my Streamlabs. Oh, hope you had a great stream, Mr. Frost. Am I having to... Oh, heck. Is that tree slightly off? It must be. Yep, it is. Okay. But yeah, hopefully you had a great stream there, buddy. I was lurking for most of it, actually. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I placed them. I might have to replace them, actually, because they're on a slight tangent. But welcome
Really,
in,
the
everybody.
master lurker.
Yes. Actually, to be honest, I was working on other things as well, like that deer pen and stuff, so I got some good excuses.
You always have.
Now, oh, that's my... No, that should be... Oh, that's growing now. See, now that... Why is that... I'm on the wrong side, ain't I? Nope. Why didn't that harvest, then? It's turned on. Did I mess it up? I think I might have. Something ain't right there. Let's have a look. How many trees did that miss? It's withered. Why is it saying withered for? That couldn't have gone over that fast, could it? Right, that one's ready to harvest. Some of these trees are buggered. Ready to harvest. I think I might have got a little bit too close there on some of them. Holy cheesy beeps, thank you Anonymous for that 50 biddies jump scare. I have an idea who it is, but I'm not going to call him out, but I hope he's having a good day. Playing a bit of Satisfactory, I bet. Right, so tree has to be on the right hand side of your tractor, which it was. Holy smoky in the bandits. And thank you for the screamer as well, Mr. Anonymous. Right, I think I've got that one. I think I might have to eyeball this one myself. Right, so this is where I got to, so let's see how we get on with this. Right, so turn you on. Right, so you're definitely hitting the box, that's fine. I'm hoping it's not frozen maple syrup, or sap, I should say. Yep, that is not. Let's just check these. See, now that one's saying it's withered. What is going on with some of these trees? Let's come over here a minute. Yeah, that one's withered. Why they got withered trees? I have no idea. Withered. That is really strange. That one's withered. Why have I got withered trees? I don't want withered trees. Nope, not me. How's it going, Mr. NBC Master Dad? Let's take that off. Check that one. That one's withered as well. What the crap? I think some of these trees are knackered. Right, so I'm on to... Jedi Horn, thank you very much for the hydrate. Smokeless Joe, thank you very much for the posture check. Actually, I need that. I've got a cold coffee here, going even colder. But yeah, for some weird reason, my Streamlabs OBS is a couple of, well, I'd say about 10 seconds behind my phone, which is really strange. Right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 trees there are withered. How does that work, hey? And they've only just come into harvest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I start on that one for a minute. Hopefully one of these will actually give me some fruits of my labour. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. You're doing good. Good. How is Satisfactories, more to the point, Mr. NBC, or are you actually playing 7 Days to Die at the minute? I'm guessing that one is probably withered. Which it is. It's kind of weird how some of these are withered and some aren't. I have no idea what's going on with them. I'm hoping that oh, that one should be fine to harvest. That one, no, okay. Very, very, very weird is all I can say. Excuse me. Right. There we go. It is good. Doing a restart, kicking, kind of. Ah, okay. Yeah, actually I did the same. I've actually, even though my save game that I had is perfectly fine, I decided to do a restart on Satisfactory. But it's also trying to get my head back into playing it is the kind of the issue I've been having. I've loaded it up obviously a couple of times so my wife can see her Norm, the little flightless blue bird. But yeah, I just can't get my head into playing it at the minute. I think it's too much into farming simulator at the minute in this map. So I know tomorrow Mr. Dashnet said he was going to be streaming. Oh, is it Hunter Call of the Wild? I think it is. Obviously, got the new map coming out where you can hunt kangaroos and stuff. So obviously, if you're not following Mr. Dajinet, make sure to follow him and check that out if you're into Hunter Call of the Wild. So I'll give him a shout out. And while I'm thinking about it as well, I am being very, very rude. Because Mr. Viking streams as well and didn't get a shout out.
No, I did not. I'm sad.
There you go. I am really sorry. Yeah, I totally forgot all about it, to be honest.
Thank you, Billy.
You're very, very welcome. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea why some of those came through with it. It's really strange. But yeah, I would not follow that Billy Alpaca guy. He's a bit of a knob, in my opinion. Oh, I need petrol.
Yeah.
Or fuel.
So is that Viking guy. He is.
Nah, he's good. I was lurking in his stream the other day and he didn't even know I was there.
Actually, I knew.
Now that's one thing that really does bug me. Is obviously Dave likes to lurk. I like to lurk in people's streams, and what really bugs me is when a streamer calls out somebody when they haven't even commented. That is something I think should be stopped.
Yeah. But so should self-promotion.
Exactly. That's why I don't give myself shout outs in anybody's stream.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, how is everybody anyway today so far? Hopefully they had a great weekend. But yeah, I'm just harvesting some maple trees as you can see at the minute. They are both good streamers, but watch for that NBC guy. Just stay away from him. Oh, I love watching NBC, Master Dad. He's great. He definitely puts me.
Funny to play breakfast with.
Yeah, he actually puts me to sleep at times. It's really mental, and it might be hard to realise, but yeah. Obviously, for like Viking streaming, he's like an hour ahead of me. So when it's midnight for me or 11 o'clock for me, it's midnight for him or an hour later, sort of thing. So when NBC goes live at like 11 o'clock my time or midnight for Viking, I'm already practically falling asleep, and then NBC comes on, and he just puts me right to sleep, even with his loud voice. It's great. You definitely don't need Boomhauer. But I would love to keep...
Are you happy for sleeping in noisy environments? Because I think NBC is very loud.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. Oh heck, I grew up with two rather loud sisters and a mother, so yeah.
Oh, that's the reason.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
okay.
call out lurkers if they want to be known. Exactly. Yeah, and I know earlier on I was actually lurking in somebody's stream and they actually called me out, and I just totally ignored them, to be honest. Right, is that all of them? I think that was all of my maples. I can't remember.
Yeah, I heard
One,
that earlier.
there. Yep. Did that one up there, across. Yep, so that is all my maples. So that's not bad, actually. But yeah, it would be nice
Yeah.
if there was a way of showing how many actual trees you had of each type. So obviously my maples are coming across here, down 45 and up and around 44 type thing. I've got apple trees going straight up the centre here, and then I've got some oranges going around 43 there. So not a lot. But yeah, I have no idea how many I placed down out of all of that.
Gaming I have a loud sister too. Yeah, so have I.
Yep.
She's very loud, to be honest. And so is her son.
Right, hopefully
My
this will
nephew.
squeeze in. Oh, dang it. Nope. Right. Actually, I can. Right, I do need to get this topped up first of all, so let's head back to the farm, get this truck filled up, and might as well reconfigure it to just be that little bit bigger, and I can get the rest of that in. Now whack that over to the sugar mill. Yeah, I've got two, to be honest, loud sisters. One's into heavy metal, so that yeah, there you go. But yeah, the other one is hard of hearing, so even when we were growing up as kids, she was very loud then as well. So, but it kind of makes sense now that she was diagnosed with hard of hearing or whatever it's called. She's actually meant to wear a hearing aid as well, but never friggin' wears the thing. So that's why I immediately leave channels. If you have a bot that can announce when you enter a room. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that really annoys me is when you go into someone's stream and then like a minute later your name's popping up saying welcome Billy Alpaca or whatever. It's like, really? Oh. Right, so let's repay you. I want to reconfigure you because I want to change this as well. Let's put that on Chrome. I think I'll stick that on Cogent. Capacity, I want the slightly bigger one, so the 75 should be fine, because I think that was 30. I'm going to go for that purple. That is quite a nice purple.
Good evening, Neil.
Hey, Mr. Neil, how you doing? But yeah, I'm hoping that Dave's going to update this trailer for you guys, so you can get the new options. I think it does look a lot better set up than how it was. So if anyone hasn't seen this yet, obviously BDB SSB actually went through and created a new way of doing like your material effects on stuff. So for instance, if I come into the rims, you used to have like a big array like this. What he actually done with the main colours, especially not so much the rims, but you can actually select the colour that you want. So say for instance red, and at the top here you can actually configure it to the different material types. So you can have like your plastic, your metal, painted steel, your chrome and all that. I haven't actually gone through and finished checking all the different ones, but to be honest I've gone through a lot of the material effects already and they just aren't the greatest, to be honest, some of them. So I'm kind of just sticking with these ones so far that I've got in here. And obviously one thing I did go through is obviously I did add in the equivalent versions, so they can actually match. So if you want to do a chrome purple, you have the exact same chrome purple for your rims, or you could just do chrome if you wanted to. I think that looks great, to be honest. So customize. Obviously, I did send it over to Mr. Dave, and he didn't bother putting it in the pack. I think he must have got lost with a few other things. Very well,
7
thanks for
days run, maybe.
had a no so. Yeah, I heard you were having some issues. Did you get that fixed, by the way, Neil? Right, now, can I do it in cab? I cannot remember if it's key bounded yet. Nope. Okay.
Be right back,
There we
Billy.
go. Okay, Mr. Viking. I see that Dave and Darius have jumped out of Discord and must have gone for a little lie down, so that's fine. Hey, Mr. Winston, how you doing, buddy? By the way, I did have a quick look at your trailer, and that is actually really, really simple to understand. Thank you. So Mr. Winston, bless his cotton socks, has actually been able to figure out how to get your decals on the side of a tanker to change depending on what liquid gets put into it. So I'm probably going to try and see if I can add a few in on this one. Either this one or a separate version. I think that would be enough. So if you have water, you can then, it'll automatically change to, like, say, Southern Water decal. If you've got fuel, it'll go to the Shell decal and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it, and you're good working on your map. Nice. How's that coming on anyway there, Mr. Winston? I know you've been doing it for quite a while, and you took some time out. Can't wait to see it, to be honest. But yeah, I kind of like that purple, actually. It's quite nice. I can see why Darius likes it as well. That's very, very nice. But yeah, I think from now on I'm just going to stick with like the Volvo equipment for my trucks. That TLX the other day was just really starting to do my head in. Right, where did I put that part of that tractor? Somewhere up here somewhere. It is, it's somewhere up here. There he is. Actually, let's park you there a sec. And see if I can get closer. Hey, Surfing Cowboy Gaming, how you doing? For some weird reason, like I mentioned a little while ago, my slobs is being rather slow when comments are coming up. So you have to bear with me. I think I'm going to try and set up OBS for Wednesday stream to see if that's any better. But there's that. Getting close, maybe in next month, if all goes well. Nice one! Yeah, can't wait to see that then, Mr. Winston. Did you figure out the shipping containers the other night? Yes, I did, Neil. For some weird reason, the truck I was using, I'm guessing, was causing the issue, because I actually loaded it up perfectly fine after the stream. Now, one thing I didn't do, should say, is use the crane on it. But let's see if we can get this thing to work this time quickly. So under trailers, if I remember rightly, yep, there we go. So come into here. So obviously, let's grab the 45-foot one. I'm just going to lease this, and let's go in and grab that side loader jobby. But yeah, the side loading version of this container is so much easier to load up than the other version. One thing I did actually do, and thankfully we've got no errors now, I went through like T Miller and a few other people and actually changed these containers to basically read from the production category rather than all the different things that they throw in there. It makes life so much easier. Right, so let's put the tension belts on as well. I'm just going to lease that as well. And while I'm at it, I'll even just grab a fresh truck to show you guys. Oh, not that thing. That's another one as well. That I don't know if it's just me, but this Volvo seems to give me constant issues as well for tipping over. But let's hope, fingers crossed, it's not going to play up this time. Right, so let's grab you. Actually, one thing I could do is lease that crane and test that while I'm at it. But yeah, it was weird because during Dave's stream, I actually got it to work perfectly fine. It's really crazy. I think it's under wheel loader. Yeah, there we go. Let's try you. So you're going to be the 45. You need to be slightly bigger. Let's just lease that because I'm not spending too much money. Excuse me. I've still got these two containers up here as well. Now, obviously, this is the lizard crane from Hispano Modding as well. Right, I can't remember how to do this. So N, is it? Nope. X. There we go. And Mr. Wheels really kind of likes this as well. There we go. Let's extend you out. I'm probably going to have to just adjust that slightly. Oh, the nice thing is, well, you can actually adjust the cab as well. It's kind of cool. But there is an adapter for this as well, guys, if you're not aware. That will connect onto the Platinum DLC containers as well. So that's kind of cool. Right, let's see. Let's get you out a bit more. Right, X and Z. There we go. Now, I know that T Miller likes using this as well from time to time. There we go. And obviously, this is how it's been designed to be used with these containers. Obviously, you can use the lever over there as well to load on, if you so wanted to. But obviously, it's supposed to meant to be doing with this thing. So we'll detach that. There we go. But yeah, I do kind of like this little crane as well. At some point, I do want to actually purchase it. Right, so let's catch up. So, not too bad, just having breakfast. Thanks for the shout. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Yeah, Vikings just popped off for a little while, so it's all good. Right, so connect, and fingers crossed. There we go, see? This is what you should be able to do. But yeah, for some weird reason. Now, I don't know if it's that crane, or if it was the TLX, but it seems like I just used a different truck and it just fixed it.
I'm back again.
And welcome back. I just tried using the adapter, but it couldn't figure out how to attach it to the crane. Okay, well I can show you that as well while I'm here. So under, now is it under miscellaneous? I can never remember. You should just be able to lower it down. Might be wheel loader attachments in it, actually, thinking about it. Wheel loader. Right there. So with this thing, obviously you do have different sizes depending on the container size. Obviously you got your 20, your 30 and your 40 foots. And as you can see, you do have obviously your colour options if you wanted. I'm just going to leave it black for the minute. So you release that. And it is really simple. All you have to do is obviously extend out your arm or your boom on your crane. Obviously X to unfold it and Z to basically open the cover. We'll extend it out fully. It's kind of weird how they set up. How you doing there, Valdian, by the way? It's also got auto load as well, correct? Yes, it does. Of sorts. It's the 82 Studios auto loading script where it acts as a fill type. Now, obviously, one thing is this head is going to be a little bit small. Let me bring that in a bit. I may have to get a fresh one because this one's a little bit of the wrong size. Yeah, so make sure you get the right size crane as well. So let me return that one for the minute. Wheel loader, because obviously I went for that bigger size on the lease. So come back here, wheel loader. We need it 24. The 41, and that's the one I need. Let's grab that. Yeah, there's different settings, so make sure you get the right setting as well when you're doing this crane. Right, so Z and X. So hopefully that will fully unfold. Right, so literally all you have to do with the attachment is get up nice and close. Now that should be the 40 there. See, there you go. So you just drop it down, and obviously get the attachment option, hit the Q. Obviously that's then going to attach, and from there you can then go through and pick up your containers and such. The 45-foot trailer for the Titan one seems to have an issue, but the 40, yeah, must have had the wrong size. It's possible, yeah. It's like I was showing there. Obviously, if you have the 45 version, or the 25, 35, and 45, it won't attach to this, unfortunately. But yeah, here you go. So what you can actually then do, I know you guys have seen it, Mr. Wheels. Just come up to your Platinum DLC containers, hit the old L key for your straps, and you can actually pick up at least 2, maybe even 3 containers in at the same time. Load them onto a barge, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. That is literally how it is. Just hit that L, and there you go. You wasn't getting the trigger. Yeah, so yeah, I'd look at the changing. If it's just a bought one, reconfigure it to the 40, and you should be all good. But I do like this little crane and all that option. There you go. So I'm actually going to leave that there. But yeah, you can use that on practically any container, really, I guess. And then obviously once you got your container on, obviously it does have an autoload option if you wanted to. Obviously, like I said, it is using the TLX 82 Studios autoload script with these containers as well. Obviously, I know T Miller, I think Surfing's gone through, maybe Viking, myself, and we've actually changed it because obviously the way he set it up, it's like LOC and then like a mod, and it's calling it in that way. It's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. All you have to do is literally set it up as field type categories, product, and what I'll actually do is show you guys what I mean. So let's go to the desktop and see if I can find my mod folder. There we go. So scroll through, try and find your containers, and obviously this is going to be, good question, where the heck are they? Did I just scroll right past them? I know it says standards. There we go. So you're looking for CP09 standard containers. I was using the crane to load the 40-foot containers onto the train. Yeah, exactly. And that's something else Hispano Modern is doing. I believe they're actually making a map with a train system that will also use these containers on as well. But I do know he's creating, I think it's a B train as well for attaching to your truck, so you can have multiple trailers behind you. So yeah, you have issues with the big crane. I don't know. I can pretty much understand it. So obviously one thing as well, go onto YouTube and check out DJ Goham's review of it. The crane, all the packs and stuff. He has done an amazing job showing these off. So yeah. But yeah, I very rarely have a problem. Obviously, one thing like the other day with this particular container with the sides, also I used that Liebherr crane to put it on. I don't know if it's that crane or what. Obviously, I was using the TLX. Obviously, like I mentioned, after this stream, I changed the truck up and it seemed to work perfectly fine. So it's definitely a strange one. You made me use Google use to express this. Human fill in the form. Bob's your uncle. I do like coming up with the odd expression. But how you doing, HC? All right, good on him. Yeah, so with this, so if we come into the XMLs, so actually the one thing that I did in the mod script, oops, is he, hopefully, I remember to take it out. Yeah, with this, it shows the translations. I think that's what it was. I think there was something else in there. I can't remember if it was scripts or something like that. But I basically removed it. Nope. Nope. That one's fine. So yeah, it was something. I'm sure there was something else, but I removed it anyway. I can't remember that from now. But if we, that's what it was. This here. So why is that showing up like that? Oh, that's what it was. In, hang on a sec. So in here, obviously it's calling for this fill type XML. I literally removed it from here, and that's basically what cleared up most of the errors. So it's not actually calling this document anymore. It's a pain, because this is what it's all pulling into the map, causing all those warnings. Just remove it from the mod script. But then all you have to do is come into here. And all I didn't bother messing with any of the auto-loading, the unloading, or any of that blarmy there. Obviously, if Viking wants to show you what to do, you can do. But as you can see, just scroll down to your fill type, your fill unit configurations section. And then in here, obviously what it'll have something going right off the page. Just highlight all those products that's in that little line, and we just replace it with product in each of them, and that will actually clear all of those warnings in one hit. Obviously you do have to go through each of these different containers to take effect. One thing you could do is just highlight that first one. So if I change that, for example, to bulk. Actually, I can't do it on here because it won't. But yeah, say for instance I want to change these from bulk to product. What you could do is highlight that, do Control F to find. Here you go, bring that across. And in here, obviously I'm using Notepad++. Go to replace, and what you could do then is change that bulk, whatever is in there, to product, and it'll literally replace the whole lot just by clicking on there. Obviously this is zip, so it's not going to do it, but yeah, that is a quick, easy way of doing it as well. And then obviously all you have to do then is open up the next folder, search for that line again, and then yeah, just replace and save. That's how easy it was. But what was it you mentioned about there, Viking? Nope, it's still there, and it still works fine now. So, yeah, basically what Viking is on about is the container itself. You can enter, just like that. Yep, still works perfectly fine. Obviously you can hit the old X key to open the back doors, if you wanted to. Obviously hit the N key to open the side doors. You can't hear Viking, is that a bad thing? Hang on. Yeah, it's kind of weird because in my ear it's quite loud. Let me up you a bit more. Try that. Nope. That's interesting. Let me check my settings again. Right, that one's working fine. Let's change it to there. Try that.
Irvin, can you hear me now?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, testing,
yep.
testing.
That is really weird. That must have only
Uh,
just changed, or they haven't been able to hear you all day. Sorry.
I know I am weird, but don't
Yeah.
blame Discord for that.
For some strange reason that is just bonkers. And now I cannot hear my game. Oh, there we go.
And now I am too loud.
Yep. Hang on.
Great.
I'm gonna have to adjust my there. Right, let's try that. Nice and loud now. Good. Cool. There we go. Yeah. So obviously, yeah. Just make a few edits to obviously your container. The XMLs. You can actually now load any products that's actually on the map. So, for instance, if I come into here to get another one, and I come across, try and find them. I've got all of them in here actually. You can actually see down here, if I just leave that to scroll, that should technically come through saying everything that's on the map under that product category. And the nice thing is the way that the factories are set up, a lot of the pallets are actually being put into that product category. So it's going to basically allow them to be, well, loaded into the containers. So there you go. So there's all your base game stuff, your platinum DLC, pig foods, and ooh, hops. It says you can put hops into them, but there you go. See, just by that simple one word, it's adding in everything from the platinum DLC, the base game. You can see that you're now getting all the stuff that's on the map. All the meats can go in there, stuff from Campbell's, soap and candles, coffee. The whole lot is in there. Obviously, one thing to bear in mind, it does add in those the builders as well, which is a pain. But yeah, they shouldn't really be showing. You got Darius's donuts there, all the different breads. So it's so simple. Makes life so much easier just doing it that way. Why I do not know why freaking Dave at 82 Studios and all the rest of the guys do not set it up this way. It's so simple. Obviously, they don't have to worry about going through again, updating it to add in all the products. Obviously, this is what I'm waiting for. My tobaccos. But yeah, that is quite a few things. But yeah, works perfectly fine. And as you can see, obviously you can just sort of tab back through to your truck. And yeah, you can start driving. Straight from there if you wanted to. So yeah, definitely worked perfectly fine for me now. And obviously I am going to be adding a few of these. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be doing the actual auto-loading type thing. Now obviously one thing to bear in mind, I know Surfing Cowboy went through and tested with the UAL script. And obviously due to the size of the actual containers, there is a slight issue with that auto-loading. Some of the pallets is kind of like a small one, so it may be a better idea to have multiple smaller versions set up on like a road train type thing for different products. So there you go. Can you send me a copy of one of the files that you? Can you send me a copy of one of the files to change in there? I missed it because of real life stuff. Okay, yeah, I can put it in chat. Hang on, so let me switch this over. Actually, I'll put it in chat for you guys. If I can find them again. There's standard containers. And obviously, if you have any of those TLX packs as well, guys, the same thing can be done as well with them. Just go into the XML and look for like the flatbed, I think it is, that takes the pallets, and just change it to field type categories product. That is literally all you have to do. So Google Drive, and we're being attacked by a reliant Robin. How you doing, bud?
Up, Billy. I'm good. Hey, Robin.
Let's
Hey, working.
shove that in there a sec. Come on, copy across.
I had my driving theory today.
Oh, how did it go?
I passed it.
Well done, congratulations.
Congrats.
No, I just got to do my test.
Mmm. Stan, where the heck did that go? Yeah, that's the easy part. There it goes. Right, so share. Anybody with a link. Any guys can grab this if you want to, and then make your own edits. And obviously that is for any of the TLX or the 82 Studios containers or stuff like that. Hispano Modern containers, the TLX a lot. So yeah, it's so simple. But yeah, how you doing there, not so grumpy dwarf? Did you get your issues sorted out? Will this help with that lag? Yes, because it's in essence taking those pallets off of the map temporarily. Let's get rid of this now. So
I don't know if you noticed, Billy, but on my Trello board, there's a factory for floor tiles and shingles now too.
yes, I did by some modder within the group. He did it. Yes, I seen it. There's also on the in-game mod hub I noticed released today is a silo. Actually, T Miller mentioned it as well. There's a silo, or actually placeable for log distribution.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've basically taken the Elm Creek sawmill and turned it into a distribution center where you put your logs in and then you can transfer everything across. So yeah, there we go. Get rid of them. I need to save some money, so let's get rid of you as well. I know I've got you filled up. More can go back. I will be purchasing my own versions later on. I am going to be getting that one myself because it's good for removing those barriers. But I do need to try and save some money. So let's get rid of this lot. I'm keeping you, and I'll keep that because I don't know if there's anything in there. But yeah, definitely got that container sorted out, so I was kind of happy with that.
I just shared the Reliant Province Trello.
You had to go back a couple of saves and start again. Oh. Oh, I see where Dave and Darius disappeared to downstairs. They're cheeky sausages.
Yeah, they're doing 7 days. So.
Yeah. Right, hopefully that guy's now filled up and I can get this sent over. Oh, come here, you. Yep, you're good. I'll come back to this guy later on, guys. If I've got time. But let's get this over to the sugar mill and get it processed. But yeah, I do like that purple. It looks kind of nice. I can see why Darius likes purple so much. Just need to redo your auto drive routes again. Oh, that is a bit of a pig. As far as I was aware, it was only that landscaping you were having an issue with. Was something else going on? Debarra, the guy that made the UAL on Mod add-on, is looking to make all those containers that have come out. Oh Lord, flatbeds. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not actually, to be honest, I'm still using the Autoload Lite version there, surfing. So yeah. Trello. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, check out what Viking there posted. It's kind of a nice little thing, and it allows you to get some of those early products that you need for some of the buildings a little bit faster, should we say. I haven't actually got it personally, but yeah.
They got boosters and stuff on them too.
Yeah. And one thing that Dave did miss over the last update as well, like I mentioned on what was it, Friday stream? Obviously I went through and got in the paper factory as well. Right there. Obviously you'll recognise it from obviously Wolf Creek. It's the exact same paper factory. Obviously it's going to be inputting wood chips, water, and pallets to get it up and running. Obviously you do have your standard electric, labour, support and morale. for boosters, and then your master booster is going to be wrappings, and obviously then you get your paper roll and your carton roll out, and it does produce pretty quickly actually. So hopefully that he'll remember to add it in the next friggin' update as well. Right, so as in the road I had to restart. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. Obviously I've had Terraform on this save game, didn't have any issues. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. I just like using the in-game landscape, and it's so much easier.
Right, the terraform's a little bit cheaty when you want stones, but
yeah, it was basically one little bit of a road going from the bridge up to the main farm over here. That was the only bit I tried, and yeah, no, I didn't like it.
Unless you do what Darius does and has the roller to paint the roads.
Yeah, that's what I had. I've still got them, but I don't have them installed or in my mod folder. I've actually got a separate folder set up for kind of like might want to look at it in the future and try and figure it out. But yeah, I didn't like it that much, in all honesty. Seemed too much faffing around with all that menus to set this up, set that up, You could just as quickly hit P, go into construction to your landscape, and then you got everything right there. But yeah, can you check your file, Billy? It said OKB. What? What do you mean there, Farmer Marks? The link I put in chat? Hopefully that. Let's see. Download you. Check. Make sure. Open. Oh, that's interesting. It's completely blank for me. Let me try that one more time, shall we? Maybe because I just pulled it straight out of that. Let's see. One sec. Go there. XMLs. Transfer that over there. And let's try one more time. New. Upload. Desktop. I have got too much stuff on my desktop. It's getting ridiculous. Standard 20 footer there. Open. Upload and replace that one. There we go. Let's try that one more time. Scroll down. Let's click onto there. There you go. That should be working now. Sorry about that.
That's better.
But yeah, make sure to go into the mod descript, and if it has a line there, it has fill types on it, delete that whole line from the mod description as well. So there we go. That does now work, so that's kind of cool. When you upload anything, yeah, it's all fixed now. There, farm marks in Valdi and stuff, so cool. That is the issue I was having. The normal landscaping, I was putting it in the slope, and it. Ah, okay. Right, I'm hoping the sugar mill's down the bottom. I can never freaking remember. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, that's something else I've actually now got. I actually purchased the bigger stone crusher here, and I was kind of surprised at just how perfect that trailer is for unloading the big rocks into here. It is great. One thing I do need to do is come through and do a bit of landscaping, because that's a little bit of a sudden drop, I think. But yeah, how much have we got going on in here? Oh, there we go. 3,000 there. Got. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. It's slowly producing. I like it. Cool. Obviously, I'm just going to leave this running. Obviously, anytime I get a good amount of rocks or those stones, I'm just going to bring them down here and dump them in and process them and leave them. Obviously, that Terraform is on Surfin's Trello board, and the link's right there. Just go to the SGA web's Trello board. Scroll through the modders. find Mr. Surfing Cowboy, and then go over there. It's really simple. No worries, guys, no worries. But yeah, I've been looking at a few different buildings. Oh, the other day I showed off a building that I got off of one of the websites, model websites, and also I showed it in the editor, and it was like pieces here, there, and everywhere. Shy Wizard, 2 days later, so on Friday after the stream, he actually sent me a message saying, "Here you go, it's all done and dusted." I thought, what the heck? It's like, yeah. Obviously, some of the bits he left out, he said it was basically a crap model initially. But he's gone through and he's done an amazing job on it. Obviously, it does need, I think, some doors added to it. So that's an option of maybe using as a future factory or a trucks, I don't know, storage or something. So I've got that now, which is kind of cool. There's a couple of other models I've seen, which I think would be kind of nice brought together. Actually, there's lots of like little individual buildings. So yeah, I might be spending some money. Don't tell my wife. But I might use my Twitch money actually to buy them. But there's about 5 or 6 of them, so I'm thinking maybe the next map or possibly this one later on. I don't know if Dave wants any more productions brought in, but yeah, I've got my eyes on a few things and I've bookmarked them, so I'm getting terrible. I just hope that they actually come into the editor easily.
I told you to stay off of it.
Oh, but they're nice. And it's given, actually, there's a couple there that I actually seen and thought that would be perfect for like the Pepsi factory or Sam Adams, or like I said, there was like 3 or 4 different small buildings where you could bring them together into one. But yeah.
It's getting a addiction to you, Billy.
No.
Yeah,
Obviously,
in
it
a
is
year's
something.
time,
It is something I do want to learn how to do. I don't want to constantly rely on like Shy Wizard, Reliant Robbing, Green Thumb Farmer to be able to take it and put the textures on properly. I want to know how to do it myself, so I can actually become maybe a better modder, I suppose, and actually learn some bit about Blender and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. But also, I do need to try and find some decent tutorial videos and stuff, because Blender is not the easiest one to understand, in my opinion. I could easily take a cube and export that into
So I can
GE
tell
and
you
stuff.
now, it's easier than the other 3D softwares that are out there.
Yeah. And obviously I'm too used to, obviously I think it's more the key bindings. I think that's one thing that really messes me up, because obviously I'm used to you're always using the mouse in like GE and stuff, and the keys, like, and obviously Blender is completely different, and it's like, oh crap. That's kind of what I sort of rage quit with it. Oh, so yeah. But yeah, I do want to sit down at some point. It's also trying to find the time to do it as well. Obviously, with real life stuff, it's kind of hard to actually sit down and focus on just one thing and go through and try and figure things out. Yep, obviously, yeah, I know Blender is very easy for those who've been there and learned it, but yeah, for a noob like me, it's not so easy.
So the first thing I made in Blender is I followed the tutorial to build the donut.
Yep, I did that. Then I forgot
And
every single
if
thing.
you can, right.
I did that like about a year ago. I created that followed obviously somebody on YouTube, and
Yeah.
yeah, this is a little donut series or whatever it was he did, and yeah, I followed that, made a little donut with the little sprinkles and everything on top. Yep, I was kind of happy, and then yeah, totally forgot every single thing.
Shortcuts though is your best friend in Blender.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go through and maybe redo that donut and just get the gist of it again. But yeah, big thing is obviously, like I keep saying, is time. It's like I was watching, well, wasn't really watching it, but oh, FS Minor, he was actually on YouTube earlier today or last night, I think it was, doing a live Blender flicking thingy. He was basically creating a bucket for one of his diggers. Oh, cruds. Why can't that be a bit higher, Dave? Yeah. And I was watching him, and he was literally bang, 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 bang. It's like, what the crap? What did you hit? What did you something? It's like he is so friggin' fast. It's like, how is anybody meant to freaking keep up with that? But yes, anywho, I can get this up and running now. Where are you? Where are you? Stop going down. Oh, it's going anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, I do need to get some bottles, some jars over here at some point, some packaging. Where's all my labour going? Good question. I think I need to get some more houses or apartments down as well at some point. But I'm just going to leave that tanker here for now. I've got that truck I can use, so that's fine. Do I have to... Do I have a lovely road through... Oh, I do have a lovely road through the middle of the forest now, so easy access. Yeah, and that's kind of like the thing I'm trying to do at the minute as well. Obviously, at the end of my farm there, obviously I've got the first, what, half of the road sorted out. I just got to sort of bend it over towards the sawmill now. So yeah, I got lost halfway through that tutorial. Yeah, there was a couple of the videos I did have to sort of go through once or twice to understand, well, what the heck did he do, type thing. So yeah, but yeah, I got there. I literally had a full donut. I almost felt like I wanted to eat it. But yeah, that is something I really do want to, at some point, try and get into understanding more on how to use Blender and such. I know Shy Wizard said that he'd help me out, and a few other people have mentioned it as well. Well, it's also trying to find the time. That is the big key. Time. Most of my time is in the afternoon, and usually very late at night, where my wife's asleep. So that's usually when I'm doing a lot of the modding and stuff like that, when she's sleeping. So I'll get there. I will get there. But yeah, I do have obviously my little crazy cat lady house to finish off as well. I'm going to be putting that up on my Trello rather than sending it over to Dave, because it's not really for the map, but it is for the map type thing if anybody wants to use it. Obviously you'll be able to add in your cats. Hopefully if I can get the triggers and all that working. It'll also have a sleep trigger there as well. So it's literally a house you could use anywhere around. Take your cats to, grow them up, and so on and so forth. There we go. Whoop. That's another spot I need to clear up as well. It's a little bit of a bump there. I want to learn Blender and Lua. Yeah, Lua, you go for it. I can look at it and think, yep, okay, that's a funny load of letterings and whatever. I have no idea, but obviously you have to understand how the base game Lua works, and to be able to then create a Lua yourself as well. A little simple edit here and there is fine, but yeah.
So I can do Lure,
Yeah.
but Lure changes so much, like so often that you have to be. It's one of them that you have to be on top of it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I suppose already, Surfing, you've obviously dabbled a little bit with obviously the UAL script, so you must know a little bit already, so you know more than me, that's for sure. Obviously, I know watching like Dave, for example, obviously every now and again with like the revamp script, he'll go into the lures and actually look at things and think, okay, yeah, I can kind of understand some of it. So I'm not a total loser, I suppose, or lost cause, I should say. But yeah.
Well, I am. It's totally gibberish to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest problem as well, I do have a very inquisitive mind, so I think that's what got me into the modding side of things as well. Is I wanted to know more, and obviously more and more and more and more and more. Lua is probably something I don't know if I'd ever want to get into doing, to be honest. But understanding it would be kind of nice, I suppose. But yeah, one little footstep at a time. I think I'm doing quite well just understanding how to create like the animal pens. That's kind of a big thing. Converting mods as well. I think I've come a long way over the last year or so.
Absolutely,
So,
you are, Billy.
but who knows what the next year or two is going to hold?
Nobody knows.
Exactly. But yeah, there is a few of these buildings. I would love to have updated. I don't know if Dave's even going to do it. But things like I mentioned the other day, Sam Adams, the Pepsi factory, stuff like that. I really think they need an overhaul. Because their buildings just look so dark and old and dismal. It's kind of horrible, to be honest, to see them. But then you get buildings like, for example, the Heinz and the Kens. Okay, they're the same model, but they've been textured differently. Obviously, one's blue, one's red. They have a completely different feel, and that's kind of a nice thing. And then one thing as well, I found that building on one of the websites as well. It's about 20 quid. I thought, ooh. But yeah, the website I've been going to, that CD. Oh, it's not CD, is it? What's it called? What's it called? Where is it? GC Trader. That's the website I've been looking at mainly for models. Obviously, a lot of the models are quite cheap. They're decent models, some of them actually, from what I've seen. They have the right FBX and stuff like that. Model types that we
So I'm
need.
going to disappoint you with that website.
I know, but also one other thing as well is they do raise money for Ukraine as well.
Yeah. Right, a lot of that, though, people have bought models from Turbo Squid and then resold them on there.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Turbo Squid is far too overpriced for their models.
Yeah, I 100%.
Yeah. Okay, some of them are, yeah, okay, they are decent, but to be honest, unless you're making a friggin' fortune, you cannot purchase any of them.
Like,
Cool. So yeah.
yeah, I'm not being funny, but if I'm gonna spend like $100 on a model, I want it 100% to work.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, I don't mind buying a cheap knockoff version. I suppose is the best way to put it. But obviously, like I said, they do support raising money for like Ukraine, for example, which is kind of cool. I don't see Turbo Squid friggin' doing that. But yeah, anywho.
What was the name?
Not
What
free
was the
Xbox.
name of that site?
Oh, the one I've been looking at.
Yeah,
It's C for Charlie, G for Gamma, Trader.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the models at a discounted price, but yeah, it's not bad actually. I like that website. Let's shut my windows out. There we go. Gotta keep an eye on time because in about 7 minutes I need to jump off, do some real life stuff. Hey, Big Tigger, how's it going, buddy? The few buildings I'm doing come from Kit Bash. Really? Let's have a look at that one. Is that? I tell you that's a website. So Kit Bash.
You're gonna get Billy addicted.
Oh, he already is.
It's nice to
Right.
have all these different places to find them. Oh yeah, okay.
His wife's gonna go, why did you spend $200?
Oh heck no, I'm not. I
Whoops.
haven't even got $200, so yeah, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. But I'm gonna bookmark you into that folder there, and I'll definitely have a look at that. Age of Empires. Ooh. Where's the search? Search. I just want to see something a minute. Search. RREs. Ah, yeah. Warehouse. It's not coming up with anything that I want, so I'll have to look at it later. But anyway, yeah, getting sidetracked there, guys. You have 10 or 12 kits right now. Okay. And out of curiosity there, Mr. Winston, I take it all the models, do they need a lot of work to them, or very little? The building I'm doing comes from the America kit. Okay. Obviously, I like something at the minute that's easy to, say, pull straight into Giant's Editor and just sort it out. I have spent hundreds of hours checking out Turbo Squid and the CG Trainer for free buildings and haven't found anything really good to use. Most of what I have kept is probably things. Okay. Very little. Okay. Cool. Yes. We'll have to definitely check that out. Hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? The church I did, they released with the pack last. Okay. I haven't actually looked at that yet. Let's have a little look. Church just there. Okay, that's kind of cool. So yeah, for anyone interested, the church that was in the last update, this right here, can't even pan out far enough. Oh, just about. This is what Winston did. I like it. The bell looks a bit like it's got no texture, or it's been painted white. But yeah, not bad actually, not bad. I like that. It's kind of cool actually. Very, very cool. What's that say? Black Ridge Church. Oh, cool. Actually, I do need to get that police station as well. Oh, I've got it here. I was going to say I need to get the police station from Reliant Robin, but yeah, it's right there. I like it. I haven't seen that other building that you're working on yet.
What one? The hospital?
No, the cat protection one.
No.
It's fine. Actually, my wife was asking the other day about it, so...
That's got an interior though, so it takes a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, so... How are we doing? A couple of minutes yet, so... Yeah, I need to actually jump off in a minute, guys, so... But yeah, great. Thank you very much for all popping in today. But yeah, I need to go find somebody to raid over to... In a minute.
I got the hospital done, but Dave had pushed the update out before I sent it to him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, I think was that the one you were doing during the stream? It was quite a tall, narrow building.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. See, I do kind of lurk at times. We should have a school for morale and support. Yeah. Obviously, that is one thing that Dave does want to add in is more buildings for your support and your morale and stuff. So, obviously, it's coming. Obviously, like Reliant Robin says, he's working on a few things. So, yeah. Obviously, got the cat protection coming at some point. There's a little. Oh. I had a thought. I seen a building that might be a kind of a good school. I have to look again. How's your map? It's getting there. It is getting there. I'm currently actually beginning of the year. I've just spent the last couple of hours going through doing the maple trees and such, so it's getting there. But yeah, if you haven't actually seen my current save game, I can show you here. So obviously I started on the very first starter farm across from the vehicle shop. Let's get rid of that bleaking sign in a minute. And save this. At least I got a new models and update. Yeah. Actually, I've got a few models actually from 19. I was kind of thinking of using for a hop storage. I might do at some point. Is it that one or that one? There we go. Yeah, so obviously at the minute, obviously I'm over on my year 3 now, just starting, technically. I've got this one bridge currently built, and it's the only bridge I've got currently built. But yeah, I currently own the 4 fields here, the top half of the forest there. One thing I did do, I removed around all the farm here, I removed all those birch trees, replaced them with some of the orchard trees. So I've got apples, I've got oranges, I've got the maples placed down. Just over there I do have like a sort of woodworks type area work coming on. Obviously any wood chips that I got go into my biofuel place there. And something is set. Is that those trees? Must be. Coming up the back here, I did take away that little field that was up here. I do need to find a place for some more sugarcane actually to be put down. But I've also come through, got some greenhouses here, got some of the placeable orchards temporarily set down. I've got a couple of composters, a silo up the back there, some storages and all that malarkey. Obviously, got my chicken pen. It's not very visible up this high. But obviously, yeah, I've got my big chicken pen there. I've got some, what's it, goats? Sheep's down here that I put down the other day. I've got also seen me a little duck pond now, so that's kind of cool. So that's currently my starter farm. I've got a few productions around the map as would. Up here I do own these 3 fields plus the pond. Obviously with the pond, for anyone who's interested, when it's not frozen, you can get your clay from it for your brick factories and the small smelter. Obviously you do have to own the land and have it rain before it's going to give you the clay. And what you want to look for, right there, is that little pile there. Obviously while that ice is on top you can't see it, but yeah, you can just go through, scoop it up and then dump it into your brick factory. Hey Pombees, how you doing? Welcome in as I'm about to disappear. But yeah, that is pretty much my farm at the moment. I do have a big clump of trees at the back here. I have no idea if I'm going to do anything. I might just leave that as it is. But yeah, I'm using the old grain silo from PV County at the moment. And yeah, slowly getting there, slowly. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Obviously, I do want to sort of venture out across to that farm in the distance there, because obviously that is where I'm going to be housing all of my orchard trees. So I do need to get some money together for that. Obviously over here in the central area, obviously I do own the PMS. I've got the tobacco factory placed down. I own the steel, the concrete factory, the logistics centre, brick factory and all that. So yeah, and a few plots of the mine area. So it's definitely getting there. But yeah, hopefully lots of growth. But yes, mainly the concrete factory that I'm working on at the minute, getting that built up. But I like it. I like it so far. Definitely coming on. One thing with some of these storages as well, guys, on the in-game mod hub is these lovely little displays. I like them. You can just plonk one on the wall and yeah, you can see what's actually in them. The only thing I'm not sure is whether they work with the Giant script. Probably not. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today, unfortunately. Let me bring up my credits. Change to the ending screen, because obviously I do need to go off and do some real life stuff. So a big, huge thank you to all you guys for coming out today. Obviously, Mr. Darius Frost for the raid earlier on of 53. Holy smoking barrels. Much appreciated, bud. Much appreciated. I wish there was a way to set the productions to send to the logistics centre first. Yeah, obviously, I did have a bit of a discussion with Dave about it. He wanted it just set up to store, not to distribute. If you know how to edit it, you can go through and make it a sort of storage and distribution. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with how it is anyway. So, but yeah, and the same to you, Surfing, and the same to you. And obviously, like, big thanks again. Right, let's see. Who do we have out there? Oh my goodness. I'm not seeing too many people. Virtual Farmer. See, I've got, I really don't like Grand Theft Auto, so I'm not even going to go there.
Giant software just went live.
I can see they're going to be doing a bale stacking thing.
But Billy, I will say thank you for a good stream and take off.
All right, well, thank you very much for jumping in.
But no.
Oh,
Have a good one, buddy.
YouTube videos of people.
Catch you later.
Bye
There
bye.
we go. Right, so yeah, I think we're going to go over and see some bale stacking, if you don't mind, guys, with giants and Terminator and all that. So it's either that or Virtual Farmer, and he's basically on the same thing today. So let's get that going. Get you started. So yeah, like obviously check out Mr. Dajnet tomorrow. I know NBC will be going live at some point, and some of the other guys. Make sure to check them all out when they do go live. And obviously I'll be back again on Wednesday, hopefully with work in OBS. And who knows what I'll be showing off. Hopefully I should be actually into spring and doing some half decent work for a change. But here we go, guys. Let's go give Giants a raid and check out some of this bale stacking. Who knows, you might even be able to join in as well. So let's go over and have some fun, eh? Until next time, guys. See you later.